Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my creative life. I am creating a really fun, kind of just gluing down painty papers in my junk journal. I don't know what else to call it, a collage maybe. But I have this one page I thought I would work on this. You see how it used to be an envelope? And you can tell because it has that opening in the center. And I kept the plastic on. I wasn't sure if I was going to peel it off, but I decided to leave it on. Basically, I'm just using a glue stick, and I've grabbed a bunch of scraps that I have in an envelope of painty papers and just kind of random stuff. I thought I would try to put a dent in that paper, but I think I may have just created more scraps because a lot of these pieces were too big, and you could see that I tore them off before adding them. So of course I still have smaller pieces, but they're so yummy. I don't want to get rid of them. And even the really small pieces get used. So I don't even want to throw those away. So basically, like I said, I'm just kind of putting some colors that are catching my eye and some book pages. I'm just placing them here, there, and everywhere. I did try to be a little balanced as far as the book pages, and you'll see in a minute how I do the black. That was obviously a scrapbooking paper, but there's another piece, the one to the right that says stencils. That was actually a packaging paper within a package for a stencil, but I really liked some of those marks on there, and it also has a real shiny effect, so I am going to use those as well. That right there was just a sticker that I had made of my own art. Basically, I had a sticker sheet and I just added a bunch of paint and splotches and things like that, and then peeled away the middle part of the sticker, so I had these beautiful pieces. These were cutouts that I did a long time ago. I made a bunch of cards, and I didn't use all the shapes, but I wanted to make sure that I used some here. But once I covered the original envelope, big envelope, that's when I put that little red piece down. But I love the way it's looking so far. I hope you agree. It just really looks like a lot of yumminess. Really good coloring, bright, random. And everything just sticks well with the glue stick. So I don't know if you've ever done something like this before. If you've got painty papers, if you junk journal or a mixed media artist, I know you do. But this is a great way to use up some of those small scraps. Like I mentioned before, I was really trying hard to use as many as possible, but I probably created more. It doesn't feel like my pile got any thinner. It still felt pretty thick. But here I'm thinking I'm done, and then I see this strip of turquoise paper, and you see how I have that turquoise paper to the left of that window? So I thought this kind of balanced it. It's a little bit longer than the sheet, so after I trim that off, I put one side, that the top part that I trim off, and put it down there as well. Again, just really balancing the page. I really don't have anything specific in mind. I'm just, like I mentioned, just trying to use up some of my papers and just gluing them down. And this is really fun. And once I look at this, I'm thinking, ooh, that's an opening. And see, I'm going to flip it in just a second because that's the other side. Now, wouldn't that be fun if I put something in the middle of there? I do have some pieces. Now, these were circles that were cut out of a 12 by 12 piece of white cardstock with my Cricut. And then I ended up using it as a stencil for probably 2 or 3 different projects in my junk journal, and I got all this beautiful paint on it, and I just love it because I've used this on other projects. So if you follow me, you've probably seen me use these before. So I'm putting that right there, but it's going to look so fun on both ends of this. So on that flower side on the back, you see that, and then also on the side that I'm working on. So I'll work on the outside pages of those later. But I hope you like this, and if you do, give me a thumbs up. Again, I'm just playing. I'm trying to do a little bit more in my junk journal because I have a lot of empty pages and I need to be in here more often. I've been creating a lot of art, but I've been doing a lot of it on canvases, which is fun as well. But I'm kind of what's the word, forgetting about my junk journal, and I don't want to because it's so fun and I just love playing in here. So anyhow, like I mentioned before, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. If you love this mixed media stuff, and only this mixed media stuff, I do have a playlist for my junk journal and mixed media projects. Before I get started and all that, this little piece right here, now when I was working, this was one of the postal strips, when I put postage, and it's just a little leftover part on the label. You know, I'm keeping all this, but I just like the way it kind of keeps everything in check. You know, no big deal. It probably would have been fine without it, but I just love that little added accent right there. But as I was saying about my channel, I do all kinds of crafty things. I do film at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also my blog. And this is one of the things that I do. I like to play around with just my junk journal and paint and all this kind of fun stuff. So I decided to kind of blend it all together. I just grabbed some yellow paint that I have at my desk. I'm just using my finger and I'm just smudging it here and there. Again, really no rhyme or reason, but I am trying to cover the pieces that are I'm going to use the word blank, that don't have as much color on them. So that's kind of my main idea. And then once I do that, I'm going to grab some white mixed media spray. That's a Dina Wakley white spray, which I'm going to bring out in just a second. And I think it just clogged at some point, so I can't really spray it. But part of me is kind of glad, because I always feel like when I spray it, I end up hating it because it gets too much. So I basically just grab the, I don't even know what it's called, paint stick, dipstick, whatever, and put it in there, and then see how I'm kind of splattering it. I'm going to use that paper because I really don't want the paint in that clear packaging area. So I'm using that to block it, and I'm just putting them all kind of in that lower right hand corner, a little bit up on top as well. And then I'm going to grab another spray. This one is I think it's like a glimmer mist or something. Look I've have these sprays from years ago, and some of them are almost done, but for the most part I'd never really used them enough to use them all. So I'm doing the same thing. This is like a gold. I'm going to hit the left-hand side here. And I'm trying to get bigger dots, but it just really was hard. And I don't know if it was just me or who knows what. But anyhow, it ends up being exactly how it was supposed to be. Again, I'm taking a chance of spraying it. Nope, doesn't come out. So maybe it's a good thing. I'm just dribbling it here and there. But this is basically it. Isn't this so fun? It's really nothing specific. Just using my Painty papers, trying to do some kind of balance as far as colors. And just really, you could see it's all the colors, but they're all bright and they all kind of coordinate. I've got 3 different little pieces of black that gives your eye a place to rest and follow the triangle look. And other than that, it's just beautiful mixture of color. But I hope you enjoy this little quick process, and hopefully soon I'll work on that page to the left and work on some kind of fun thing in the middle that's going to see through that little pocket window. So thanks again for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also notification bell if you want to be notified of any videos. I mentioned before, I post at least 2 a week, and I have very specific crafting playlists. So if you're only interested in one over another or a couple, just check out the playlist so you can just look at those. But I really do appreciate you watching. This is a white pen that I purchased, and I just thought I would purposely put more circular shapes here and there. So I did that on that lower right, kind of lower middle right, the upper left, and then that lower left. Look at that. See? Balance. 3 different places. I think it just really makes a huge difference, even though it doesn't like extremely pop out at you, but it's just enough to make a difference. Look at that. Isn't that so fun? I love this so much. And my hands get a little dirty. That's almost the best part. Thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye.